Yes, sir. Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football, and with me, as always, is my co-pilot Jalen Wilson. Jalen, this is our 100th episode. That means we are at syndication in the old TV saying of it. How you doing today, brother?
Doing good. Feel weird watching this in a
Yeah,
vertical form.
yeah. It does. It does feel weird, but you young folks, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the way you guys like your content because most people not watching it, from a PC or watching it, connected to their television. I know that's the way that Moon watches a lot of our content, but it does feel tremendously good to be here. I'm loving the direction we're heading in. Me and Moon have made a vow to go live every day on TikTok, and we've been doing that. We're going live later on TikTok. So there are some days I'm just doing
Yeah,
them
I don't
as
like getting
I'm
TikTok
doing my show.
notifications. Like for some reason, the TikTok notification, like even when my friends stream on TikTok, I don't get his
You,
notifications.
you
You
don't get
understand?
you don't get notifications.
Uh,
That's crazy. I'll start the group chat. You, Moon, and I are in. I'll just start feeding the information there. But I know this vertical style makes it easier for a lot of people who's watching from their phone. So we'll see how this one does, and I'm excited for it. So we got some great things that we're going to talk about today. We're going to get into our conference winners. We did this last year. I had a great deal of fun with this one, and we also going to pick some week zero games. And if you're betting, we got some money that you can possibly make off of this. So happy to be here. Jalen, how you been? What's been going on with you, man?
been pretty good, just working. School starting back. So lots of people on campus right now.
Mhm.
It's been pretty hectic this
With,
week.
with the new class looking like, I know you've been paying attention, man.
Man, I done seen some fun ones. There's this one man. this one transfer from Illinois State. I'm like, dang, just
Yeah.
stuff like that. But man, yeah,
You back in that mode, bro.
yeah.
Hey, that's hilarious, man. So we gonna work our way into our conference winners. Hopefully we get into our week zero picks, and hopefully we can get back going. What we was talking about in the green room. Hopefully we can get the show back to the 2 times a week where we were just on an incredible run, bro, with doing 2 shows a week. So hopefully we can get back there. But let's go ahead and get started with our conference picks. We're going to work our way from the group of five, soon to be group of six, because Pac-12, no matter how you slice it, will be a group of six program. Alrighty, so let's get into it. Mountain West, who you got winning the Mountain West, brother? And why, of course.
Mountain West.
Mhm.
Let me get my sheet up. I had goodness, why is my I want to go like UNLV. Am I the only one here at draft sound?
Yeah. Who's your pick? Who's your pick to win?
I was like,
To win the Mountain West, bro.
I want to go UNLV.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just like what they've been doing the past couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, they been a pretty consistent team for the past two
They have.
seasons, 3 seasons.
They were in a conference championship game a season ago. Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like honestly like they have just continued to build on their momentum, and I feel like that's just going to continue over to this season.
Okay. I like that pick a
And
lot.
I actually feel like they'll have like an electric offense this year.
I think they do too. So my pick to win the Mountain West is UNLV as well. It's a new look squad under Dan Mullen, which I like a lot. He's replacing Barry Odom. Barry Odom is now at Purdue. Corey Dennis, who was at Ohio State, then he was at Tulsa. Now he's at UNLV. He's their offensive coordinator. Jaden Thomas is the real deal. Didn't hear a lot of people talking about him last year. That's just because how great Ashton Genty of a season, a monumental season he had a year ago. The quarterback battle, they've announced for their week one game versus Idaho State, they'll be playing both Anthony Calandria and Alex Orji. That gives me pause for cause a little bit. That leaves room for concern. You had all fall camp, all spring camp to decide who the starting quarterback is. So it's one or two things. Generally in fall camp, after a while, the defense is going to be ahead of the offense. Just because after a while they can just start using context clues to kind of figure out what routes is being ran because the signs are there, right? You kind of reading the tea leaves. But to me, it's a little worrisome where you don't know who your starting quarterback is. You've had all of this time to make this decision. I don't know. That scares me a little bit, but both of them are going to play Saturday. I guess we'll look and see how that play. But it really reminds me of the SMU situation when we watched that Nevada game, and we was on the phone last year
Oh yeah.
and how poorly they played. So hopefully, this is an FCS school, but that FCS school that they're playing, I like the direction that they're heading in. But their defense is led by Paul Gunther, NFL pedigree. You're gonna get chaos with simulated pressures. They got blitzes, twits, stunts, the whole nine. He was the defense coordinator with the Bengals once upon a time and with the Raiders once upon a time. Linebacker, star of their defense is Marcel McDuffie. He's also an all Mountain West Conference pick. I love UNLV to win this conference. Hopefully they figure this thing out at quarterback. That's the only thing that's scaring me with this pick, but I'm right there with you, Jalen. That's why I have winning the Mountain West. Let's go to the Sun Belt. Who you got winning the Sun Belt?
Before was that Memphis and not Memphis, crap, who Nevada and the SMU game? Was that a week 0 game?
Yeah. It was a
Okay.
week 0 game last year, and that's when we seen the kid we seen at the American, Brendan Lewis, who was out there doing quarterback draws on 3rd and 21, bro. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say if I want to laugh, I was gonna go back and watch that game.
really, yeah, that game was hilarious, bro.
So for the Sun Belt, I had Louisiana.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta hear this. Talk to me.
I feel like people are gonna have like James Madison. But I feel like Louisiana that they will win I believe they're in the West Division. Yeah, I think they'll win. I think they will have a good offense this year. I feel like they will have one of the best offenses in the Sun Belt, arguably the best offense in the Sun Belt. I feel like the defense will be good. And honestly, I'm not. I mean, what do you think about the strength of the Sun Belt right now?
Well, if I was just to look at the Sun Belt, look at the overall health, I don't know what to expect out of Appalachian State this year. I want Georgia State to be much improved this year. Marshall had an extreme amount of turnover this past season. I don't know how to really properly rank a lot of these teams. So I can see why somebody will have a offset answer from where, like, most people, like you said JMU. I think Texas State is another team that people need to watch out for, just from what JG Khan has been able to do since his arrival at Texas State. I don't know. Now, when I look at the Group of 5 conferences, the Sun Belt, in my opinion, isn't the worst. The worst is Con USA, and I hate saying it because I love Con USA, but like, if Liberty doesn't win this year,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's that bad. But I think the MAC is pretty healthy. The American, I think, is the healthiest Group of 5 conference, to be honest with you. So I don't know how to properly calibrate some of those teams.
Yeah, like when I look at Louisiana, I feel like it's somewhat of a risk taking them, but I feel like it's it's like you taking a guess, but it's an educated guess.
Right, that's what you're saying.
Like it's a risk, but if it's a risk I had to take on a team, I feel like Louisiana be the one I'm taking.
Louisiana.
Yeah,
hey, I like it. I'm not mad at it at all. And I went with the pick most people are probably going to go with, but I like when people take picks that aren't chalk. You know what I'm saying? So, because I got a pick that's not chalk coming up right next. So Bob Chesney, I like.
Who do you have?
It's James Madison in the Sun Belt.
Okay.
But my next pick after this ain't chalk at all, and I'll get some tomatoes thrown at me, but it's all right. So I like what Bob Chesney is doing and the momentum that he's building in Harrisonburg. I've said this before, I said it again. Bridgeforth Stadium in Harrisonburg, JMU, is one of the best small game atmosphere stadiums. And if you have the opportunity to go, you just better be able to drive like Jeff Gordon, because the drive out there sucks. Like, it is twists and turns. It's like a roller coaster driving out there, bro. And at nighttime, when you're tired and you've been up all day, you don't want to make that drive. All right, so the quarterback battle is pretty interesting because Matthew Sluka, we remember him from UNLV and how he forgone the rest of his season because he wasn't getting appropriately paid. He was promised some money. You remember that, Jalen, and the money didn't come.
Yes.
So yeah, he wasn't messing with that, but he knows Chesney's system extremely well. And Barnett is rehabbing an injury. Here's my thing: the unwritten rule in this sport, whether it's at Pee Wee level, high school level, collegiate level, NFL is that you should not lose your job to injury. But here's what scares me: if Alonzo Barnett is not ready week 1, Matthew Sluka comes out guns a blazing because he hasn't played ball in over a year, right? But because
Yeah.
he left so early last season, if he starts playing well and Chesney and them trust Matthew Sluka, how do you put Barnett in? Even though I think Barnett is a better talent, that's how I feel. So that's but the one thing I say about all Group of 5 programs, they get cherry picked, poaching, tampering, whatever verbiage you like to use. It happens all the time at that level. Your elite players are going to go play power football. They had a lot of them got pipe dreams, and a lot of them is not pipe dreams, but some of them is absolutely pipe dreams. So Sluka could seize the job early and never let go. Huge upside for the program, ability to reload. 7 wide receivers via the portal was crazy. Texas Tech, I think, is the biggest team that could spoil this opportunity. And watch out for Boone. Boone last year really had to deal with everything, dealing with the surrounding areas in that area with the hurricane. I forgot which the name of the hurricane, but for me, it's James Madison. Hey, my boy Brian in the building. What's happening, Playboy? How you doing?
Can we go Conference USA?
So, yeah, you want to go Con USA next? Yeah, we can go Con
Yeah.
USA next. Who you got?
I had La Tech. What?
Go ahead, bro. I want to hear this.
So I mean, they caught my eye a couple weeks ago.
You got a girl you there
Nah.
in that area, bro? Like, what's good? Like, talk to me, bro. What's going on?
No, they caught my eye a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
When I saw them have like 7 players on a field still, like preseason All-American honors.
Mm-hmm.
First time, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And then like
I like it.
Yeah, like I looked into it. I was like, I'm really liking it. They got tight end Eli Finley, linebacker Kobe Fields. Those are like the highlighters of the people, but they're returning a lot of talent. I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like some people are going to go like Western Kentucky as a route, but I feel like with what they return, they can most definitely make a push for this conference title.
Gotcha. So I'm good, Brian. Thanks for asking, man. I feel like Brian is always a member of our show. He's almost like how what Bear is on College Game Day. Brian's always here. He asked how you was doing, Jalen.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Okay. So, alrighty. This conference is a Liberty, and it's not even close, brother. Like, it is not even close. Like, Liberty has the easiest schedule in the country. Repeat after me.
Wasn't that last year too, or was that the year before?
That might have been the year before. There's 136 teams at the FBS rank. They have numero uno easiest schedule. They have the easiest schedule in all of college football. They only got one game they need to truly worry about. And last year, just me being, a credential member of their media, when I tell you that Caden Salter was not bought in, he thought he should have been playing at the Power 4 ranks, and he should have. Auburn should have went and got Caden Salter. I think he would have produced more than Peyton Thorne did. That's not a knock at Peyton Thorne, because after watching, I don't know if you watched the SEC football documentary any given Saturday on Netflix.
Nah,
it's giving me a different perspective about a lot.
I watched some.
I liked it. I don't know if you didn't like it, but I liked it.
I'm not a big documentary guy when it comes to like college football.
Hey, Jalen, you killing me, bro. Every minute you're killing me, bro. What are you even talking about? So you don't like documentaries when it comes to college football?
Nah.
You didn't like Last Chance U?
Yeah. But that was like really like
reality and documentary kind of blended together.
Yeah.
I follow you.
Yeah, like I can't watch Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is boring to me. I don't know.
Well, yeah. The Bears one was last year, right?
Yeah.
Theirs was pretty good. The Bills is a boring organization. I don't know why they picked Buffalo. That's their fault.
Oh.
Liberty needs to do what Boise State did and step up their game 100%. Boise State used to play a Super Cupcake schedule too, but they both started scheduling big dogs after they beat Oklahoma. I agree, and I had this discussion with my dog, Road Dog. Shout out to Road Dog. Road Dog's one of the biggest supporters of Governor of College Football. Also, I'm in his Pick'em League with a bunch of other creators. Shout out to him. He was like, there's no way that Boise State has one loss with the schedule that they have this season, and Liberty goes undefeated and they're in the playoffs. Well, the College Football Playoff Committee, did you see this, Jalen? They just announced that strength of schedule will now be calibrated. So what I said on my show earlier is blink twice if you need help. Because if that wasn't the family of networks and Greg Sankey at the college football playoff committee head with a gun and saying, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all better include strength of schedule." Yeah,
Wait, so strength of schedule wasn't included?
no, and it should have been. We never knew their rubric because with the college football, I'm sorry, with the BCS, we knew the rubric, right? We knew
Yeah.
that it was some math involved, but it was also the what was it, the Harrison poll and the coaches poll, and they used a
Yes.
combination of all three to put that together. So yes, so Liberty has the easiest schedule in the country. They really do. I think this is Jamie Chadwell's last year coaching at the G5 ranks. I really do believe that. He should walk through the schedule easily, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. That new rule is the nail in Liberty's coffin. It is. If Boise State only has one loss, maybe even two losses, they're in. If UNLV only has one loss, they're in. Whoever comes out the American, if they only have one or two losses, they're in. Yes, the strength of schedule rubric, metric, whatever you want to call it, pretty much put a nail in the coffin. You're right, but I do have Liberty winning the Conference USA, and this was the easiest pick I made, second easiest to the ACC, which will both have the same team for the ACC. This one was
Are
easy.
really gonna have SMU too?
This kid is killing me. I like Ethan Vasco in this system. Julian Gray, the kid that they got from Raleigh, I like him a lot. Marquise Henderson was supposed to be there. Four-star guy that was at Clemson. Not sure what happened there. Nobody ever said anything. He's not suiting up in Lynchburg, which is weird. I would like to find out more about that. Week 4 versus JMU will be the game for them. And that's the toughest game they play. But you got teams like UNLV and Boise State playing much tougher games. It just makes it difficult. A team like Navy is playing a much tougher schedule as well. So, but I do think this is Chad Will's last time coaching there. Where you want to go next, brother? Let's just finish out the group of 5 before we go to the Power 4.
Let's go the American.
All right. You go ahead and go first for the American because I'm going to have tomatoes thrown at me very soon. Go ahead, brother.
Why is yours Tulane?
Oh, no, it's not Tulane. No, Tulane's a great pick. No, Memphis is a great pick. My pick is I'm
really
out with it.
Because my pick was Tulane.
Tulane is an outstanding pick. And this may be Summerall's last year coaching at the group of 5 as well.
Yeah, I know they had it.
Reslav?
Yes. I'm trying to think of his name.
Jake Reslav. Yeah. They just added them to Tulane on a video game as well. Yeah. That made me excited for some reason.
They also got Makai Hughes from the portal as well. Big get as well. Who else? Patrick Jenkins, who was like an all-conference selection, I believe, 2 or 3 times so far. I was shocked that this guy was still on the roster. Ty Thompson. Like I was like, we changed the position. Like I think running back, which is crazy because he, I think it was a 4-star or high. He's a high 4-star or low 5-star.
Hold on, you said what?
What?
What did you just say, bro?
What?
What did you just say? I had to make sure I heard you right before I just.
He was a high 4-star, maybe low 5-star.
No.
He's a running back.
Yeah, what'd you say before that?
I don't know. What did I say?
Did you say that Ty Thompson has switched to running back?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. He ain't no quarterback no more.
So hold on. So he lost the competition and switched to running back, bro.
Bro, he switched positions. I remember when I was in the airport when we were going to go to Charlotte. When I was going to Charlotte, I looked up. I was like, bro, is Ty Thompson still on their roster? And I looked him up, and he was a different position. If I'm not mistaken, he was either a tight end or a running back.
Yeah, you can continue. I'm being real. I'm being real immature right now. I just got to go check out this information. If I go on Our Lads, right, and Ty Thompson is at running back, I'm going to completely lose it, and you guys going to have to forgive me.
Yeah, he's not a quarterback no more, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they had a lot of retention in their roster from last season. So, and I really think that will pay off in the American, especially because I feel like the American is probably, is it the best group of 5?
I don't think it's close. Yep.
Who's second?
Mountain West.
Okay. Are you not able to find his position?
No, I'm struck. Oh, he plays tight end. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I knew there's something. He wasn't quarterback no more for sure. I knew that for sure.
All righty. Yeah. Don't mind me. Okay. I'm back. Go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry. I just temporarily lost it.
Oh no, I mean
Oh,
you can go
he's the
with your pick.
starting tight end too.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting to watch. I knew it because I'm like he was either tight end or running back, but yeah, I wanted exactly too
What's
sure.
the name made the move? Made that move. What was the kid then that played at Virginia Tech, quarterback number 3, and then he played tight end in the NFL for Logan. Was it Logan Thomas? Yeah, Logan
Yeah,
Thomas.
Logan Thomas. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
he
me, I
made the
thought you were
switch.
going to go Blake Bale.
Blake Bell, yeah, yeah. You know what was crazy that Blake Bell was like the goal line, like running a quarterback at Oklahoma. So a lot of these guys can't make the switch. It's just the physicality aspect of it because you're on the offensive line. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So there's some chipping you got to do sometimes. There's some blocks you got to be able to make. So if he can figure that portion out of it, I don't doubt he has athleticism. I don't doubt that at all.
yeah. But I got Tulane. I feel like with the retention they have with some
Mhm.
players, um, but were they the runner up last year?
Oh,
Tulane.
Tulane, yeah, yep.
Yeah.
They lost the national championship. So Brian said something really interesting. Mountain West is stronger than the AAC is for now. Next season it'll be the PAC conference, then the American conference, and then the Mountain West. There's certainly an argument there. It really is. I think honestly, I think the Mountain West is more top heavy than the American, but I think the American is deeper. I for sure think that.
Who's your pick? Because you said people gonna hate you.
All right, my boldest pick of the year: Florida Atlantic winning the AAC. It's my boldest pick of the year, and I'll explain why. Zach
Oh
Kitley,
yeah, I want to hear this.
huge fan of his, Air Raid DNA, and I think the best developer of quarterbacks at the collegiate level was Cliff Kingsbury. Well, Zach Kitley is a disciple of that, and we've seen every quarterback get tremendously better under Zach Kitley's tutelage. We've seen Bailey Zapp break records in Western Kentucky under Zach Kitley tutelage. Then we see him go down to Lubbock, and we saw what he did with Baron Morton last year. And Taj Brooks arguably had the best season of his career under Zach Kitley, who's known for air raid offenses that are explosive. Then he did something really good. He went and got Kaden Velkamp from Western Kentucky, somebody who already knows the system. So while he was on a recruiting trail, because year one as a coach, especially at the group of 5 level, most of your players are going to come from the transfer portal because these are natural players coming in. These players came in because of another coach, at least from the high school level. So he had Kaden Velkamp. Kaden Velkamp pretty much was the coach while he was on the recruiting trail. I think that'll bode well. And he explained the system to everybody. And he said it's only a few new wrinkles. Other than that, he knew most of the offense. Guess who else came with Caden Velkamp? Easton Messer came with Caden Velkamp. He's also a WKU transfer. And this kid is a reliable possession guy. He's not going to blaze you with his speed, but he's an elite route runner. He finds way to get open. They got another guy who was underutilized last year by the name of Xavier Terrell. He averaged 18.6 yards per carry. That is not a typo. He really did average 18.6 yards per carry. He had a game versus Tulsa last year. He had 2 touchdown runs, one of 90 yards, I believe, or 90 something yards, and then one of like 55 yards. And the 55-yard touchdown was even better. So that's 2 carries, 2 touchdowns. So like 140 something yards off of 2 carries and 2 carries alone. He's explosive and he'll fit this offense. I expect him to be a fringe 1,000-yard running back this year. This offense wants to move fast, 12 to 16 seconds per play. And let me tell you something. We were down at their fall camp. When I tell you there was no access, no access. Like I'm sorry, they gave us myriads of access as it pertained to us going live from the stadium, stuff like that. But they didn't allow us to like spend a lot of time at their fall camp practice. They showed us the same session, same 2 days. It was like their period 4 session, which was just individual, like wide receivers running routes, running backs doing, like running back stuff, offensive line doing offensive line stuff. No intel. He ran a really tight camp. I think I told you the story about Mike was out there.
Yeah, you tell me.
And yeah, and so I think this is a dangerous pick. I really do, but I think it's something where every year I whiff on a lot of picks, but then I feel like every year there's a pick that the Cal McCord pick from last year I 100% hit on. I think this is one of the ones, but they have a tough stretch though. They have a stretch where they have to play like Memphis, I think Tulane, South Florida. They got to come up that stretch with some wins, right? And in this game at Maryland, week 1, if they upset Maryland in College Park, look out. So I feel strongly about them. And then Brian asked a question, and I want to address this question. He said, you think the American Conference is deeper? Please explain. Absolutely. Give me 1 second, sir. So I gave you guys out there in the Mountain West the you guys are extremely top heavy, right? Like Air Force is good depending on the year. We know that. Boise State is always going to be the creme de la creme, top shelf. UNLV, I think, is going to be really good this year. And I don't trust those FCS guys that are now running Fresno State. And it's a lot of guys with chips on their shoulder this year. I think they're going to be fantastic. But you also have some schools. I think San Diego State is good too. San Jose State is hit or miss every year. But then you have like Utah State. We never know what to expect out of Nevada. I think you guys' conference for now is healthy. And like you said, I think American will be stronger next year. But let's go to the AAC. Tulane is creme de la creme. A really good team, really good football team, and they could arguably be the best Group of Five team this year, right? Memphis, outstanding. I think Memphis has the third most home wins since 2014. The only two other schools are like Ohio State and another big Group of Five. I'm sorry, another P4 school, right? So I just named those two. Navy and Army, the military academies are there. We saw Army win what 12 or 13 games last year. Navy's going to be really good this year with Blake Horvath. USF, Byron Brown is back this year. I love what Alex Golish has been able to do in South Florida. I like them a lot as well. So I just think this conference is deeper, to be honest with you. ECU, what to expect with them this year? They turned it on at the end of the season last year. I look at this conference, and don't forget that Tim Albin is in Charlotte now. Don't forget the success that he had in Ohio, right? Now, there are some teams in this conference like Rice. I don't think they'll figure it out. UAB, I don't think they'll figure it out. UTSA can be good this year as well. I just think this conference is a little bit deeper, bro. I think y'all top schools are better. He said, I can't wait for Boise State to kick off against USA. Hey, you know we're going to talk about it. And if I'm wrong, y'all know I stand there and say I was wrong. But yeah, I like the AC just a little bit better, brother. So yeah, so how you feel about the my sneaky pick in the American, brother?
I like it. I'm actually not surprised by it.
You not okay?
I'm like, nah.
And who you got in the MAC before we head to the Power Four race?
Toledo. They got lots of
yeah, we both got
lots of players returning on offense and defense.
I like what Candle's doing there. Tucker Gleason is legit, 24 touchdowns season to go. Jawan Newton had a lot of success there last year at wideout. I like Toledo. All right, let's get to the enchilada, man. Let's get to these Power Four schools, and you start. You kick it off. You go where you want to go.
Okay, let's go to the Big Ten.
Okay.
Going Penn State.
I thought you were gonna say Illinois for a second there, brother.
Nah. We're going Penn State. I think they built off what they had last year, and they added some wide receivers. And that's really what they need. I feel like to create that separation from Ohio State. So I feel like they're going to do that this year with what they got and the portal, what they added to their receiving core.
I've been agreeing a lot with you and Nino lately, and I don't like it, bro. I don't like it at all. Penn State is 100% winning the Big Ten. I have no doubt in my mind about it for a lot of the reasons you said. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator pairing, I think is the best in the country with Andy Kotelnicki and Jim Knowles. Drew Aller, if they just put full trust into him. Our issue with Penn State is really not even at the staff, because we love the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator pairing. It's the coach. So can James Franklin win games? Can he get over that, oh, we almost had a mindset? Because that's what it feels like. And if somebody calls your team a fraud, oh, you want to fight on. Oh, now you want to fight. Where was that fight when you played Ohio State and you had a lead last year and you blew it? So I want to see him be more aggressive, put more trust into Drew Aller. Don't be afraid to go for it on a 4th and 1. We see Sharon Moore do that when Harbaugh was out. He did it against Penn State, and he did it against Ohio State as well that year. So I just want to see. Let's see what Brian says. Ohio State, I think, will edge out Penn State for the Big Ten championship, but it'll be a hell of a fight. Listen, Ohio State will be right there in the thick of things. I think my concern with Ohio State is their newness. They're new at quarterback with Julian Sayin. They're new at offensive coordinator with Brian Hartline. I know he's been there. He has the ability to recruit his butt off as a coordinator, but it's still newness. And you got Matt Patricia at defensive coordinator. They do have the 2 best players in the nation. I saw a lesson on ESPN. They had Caleb Downs at 3rd, almost flipped it, because I think Caleb Downs is the best player in the country. They had him at third, bro. ESPN had him at third. I know. But him and Jeremiah Smith, I think, are the best two players in college football. Anthony Hill Jr. is certainly up there and certainly in the discussion. But I think the newness in Ohio State is what scares me. They sent 14 players to the draft. They did have a couple UDFAs as well. So there's a lot of newness there. How quickly do they figure it out? One of the examples that I always use is that Matt Patricia played in the NFL. Like, well, if you're on the short side of the field and the hashes are a lot wider, like, so, you know what I'm saying? If you bunch to the wide side of the field, there's just more area to cover. It's just little nuances like that they'll have to figure out. You know what I'm saying? For sure, a Big Ten could go either way. Yeah, for sure. For Penn State or Ohio State, I agree with that. Is it just for me, what I've seen? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. James Franklin needs to call Ryan Day father. Simple as that, because he has on him. So I think that's an extremely good take. But yeah, I like Penn State a lot.
He also had to call Urban Meyer that too. Well, I think he beat Urban Meyer once.
Did he get Meyer? I think he won one game since he's been there.
Yeah.
This year's time to put up or shut up. Yeah, if Penn State does not win a conference and does not have a deep playoff run, that's it for James Franklin for me. Not saying that he'll get fired. Just for me, that's it. I will never put, there'll be no year that they can win it all if they can't win it this year. In my book.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
So what? Let's move on to the ACC. I think we both got Clemson.
Yeah, that's easy. Well, let's put Clemson to the side. We both like Clemson. We know why we like Clemson. Who's their biggest competitors in your opinion? Give me 3 teams that can compete with them.
Pitt.
I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. They struggled with Pitt last year too. That's a really good pick.
Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just say SMU.
SMU?
I'm gonna say SMU.
Okay. You still high on SMU? Talk to me about SMU, and then I'll read what Brian said because he said something really interesting.
Good team. I know we both agree that they kind of will get like a sophomore slump type of season, but I feel like the talent will still be there to compete in that conference and to be able to win a conference championship. Like the talent will still be there. The coaching still will still be there. The opportunity will still be there for them. Like I don't feel like that's going to go away. I just feel like we could see them lose a game or two more than what they did last year.
Okay, I think that's fair. And let's get to what Brian said before we move on. He said the biggest what if in the Big Ten this season is Michigan. What if Michigan comes out and annihilates everyone? Then there's a 3-way race for the Big Ten. I don't know how to calibrate Big Ten, so I think you're correct about the biggest what if in that conference being the Big Ten. I don't think I could agree with that more, but I think Illinois is the team for that 3-team race. I'm not sure how to calibrate Oregon. I felt really good about Oregon up until a couple weeks ago. They've still yet to name their starting quarterback. I hear Austin Novosad has cut the race a little bit, and then they're so messed up at wide receiver. What's going on with Jurion Dickey? How long is he suspended for? Evan Stewart is going to be out for a while, and they haven't figured out the quarterback. I think they will play amazing defense this year. I think Tosh Lapoy and company has figured that out. But how do you feel about Oregon this year?
Evan Stewart might be out for the year.
Yeah, I think so too. I didn't want to say it because he said don't listen to those reports. He'll be back before that. That's what he said. So I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, I kind of feel like a good team, but it's just some stuff we don't know. Quarterback situation, the wide receiver,
Corny Moore could come out and dominate this year.
Yeah,
as a true freshman, but that's a lot to put on a true freshman. But we seen Ryan Williams have a good year as a true freshman. Jeremiah, we don't even need to mention him because that's a once in a generation type. You know what I'm saying? A year that he had a season ago.
I don't like Tosh Lupoy. I feel like he's a terrible defensive coordinator. He's bad. I ain't gonna say terrible, but he's a bad defensive coordinator.
Steve's don't like him either. I think he's improved over the last couple of years.
He has, but I went from F to a D-. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
What else? OC ain't all that. Like the OC is good, but he has a tendency to just love to fall in love with short passes.
Okay.
Like, it's okay, but sometimes it's like, yeah, he has a tendency to just those short passes a lot. Yeah, I'm not trusting Oregon this year. Like
Mhm.
I can see them being that third team. I feel like Illinois could also be that third team, and I guess everybody's out on Indiana. I'm not an Indiana guy, so
I trust Kirk Cignetti, but it's just so many like fringe teams like Matt Rule, year 3 rule, right? Nebraska's going to be better this
yeah.
year. If Minnesota had more of a steady option at quarterback, I would love what they have with, the kid Darius Taylor at running back. They got a really sneaky getting a portal with AJ Turner from Marshall, who we got to see last year when we went to the Marshall and Georgia State game. I just think there'll be some teams in the middle class that are just going to be better. How do we equate Rutgers this year? How do we calibrate them? How do we look at them? Iowa I think it's going to be really good this year. Do not be surprised if Penn State goes into Iowa City and lose. They're going to Kinnick Stadium and leave with a loss. Do not be surprised if Oregon, who I also believe going to Kinnick Stadium, leaves with a loss. Like that's just how I feel about Iowa. So there's a lot of teams I think that are fringe teams that who are be fighting against each other in that middle class of the conference. So I like what you said. You said Georgia Tech, and who else you said? SMU. You think there's still a lot of good production
SMU and
there
Pitt.
in Pitt?
Yeah.
That Pitt, I love that pick. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Pitt, so I love that. I love that pick.
SEC.
This the most difficult one for me. You can go first though. Hey,
I'm gonna go.
Hey, Brian, talk that ball talk, bro. Purdue going to surprise some people this season. Barry Odom will turn them around.
Oh,
I
2
agree with
wins,
that.
huh?
I mean,
Surprise.
they'll be better than they was with what was the guy named Coach Walters?
Ryan Walters.
yeah, they'll be better than they were with him. But they'll win more games. They were competitive against you all last year.
Oh, SEC.
Who you got? But
It was a toss up between Texas and Alabama.
I'm going
to I'm gonna go Alabama.
I'm gonna really put you on the hot seat though.
Okay.
Not just who you got to win it. We both think there'll be at least 4 teams. I've seen some polls that say 5 SEC teams.
So Alabama are 2 of the 4.
Who's your top 4? Also, Alabama, Texas, the top 2 of the 4. Who those last 2 spots? You don't know just yet?
I really don't know. Like it can be LSU, it can be Georgia, it could potentially be Florida.
This is the best wide receiver room we've seen with Georgia in a while.
Yeah, but quarterback I don't really trust it.
That's fair. Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, and South Carolina. That's a good grouping. I like Florida a lot. I like Florida an awful lot. What happens if South Carolina lose week 1 in the Beamer Bowl? How do we look at them then?
I don't know much. And like I just feel like you look at them like they was last year. They're just a team that always came up short in big games.
Okay, that's fair. I got Texas winning it all, but I'm with you. The more I look into Alabama, the more I like Alabama. I'm really high on Florida too. I'm super high on Florida. If Florida let me down this year, I'd be heartbroken. I really would.
What's the last conference?
Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma.
Yeah, they good. Well, I mean, everybody and their mother know who I got in the Big 12. That's the last conference left. You can talk about your Big 12 team.
Oh, you got Baylor, right?
Yeah. That hasn't changed, and that ain't gonna change.
Okay, I thought you were gonna go Baylor.
It's Baylor.
I like the Baylor pick. I was thinking about Iowa State, honestly.
Hey, bro, you can't go wrong with Rocco Beck. The kid Carson Hansen, I think his name is. He's nice at running back.
Yeah.
Chase Sowell is that wide receiver.
State is just like a really good discipline team. And that really serves well.
Those teams will be like that.
Yeah. And I also didn't want to go Arizona State. I don't know. It's just too popular. So yeah, like I was gonna go Iowa State because I don't know. I just feel like they're always a good disciplined team. You can always trust Matt Campbell to win. I mean, he had some seasons with like 7 wins. You can always trust him to win 8 games.
Right.
But I really feel like in this landscape of the new Big 12, where we are uncertain about some teams, it benefits Iowa State.
That's it. Hey, that's
because
we
know what their identity is.
What other teams cross your mind? I know Baylor. I know you got Iowa State. What other teams are you looking at? Because there's a few that can win it.
Arizona State is one, of course.
Hmm.
Kansas State.
Yeah, I like
Uh,
Kansas State too.
I'm not too high on Kansas. They're
Me either.
yeah. Not too
I do
high
like
on
Lance State, but
Colorado, really.
mm-mm, I'm not
Um,
either. They'll be better than that expected. How you feel about Texas Tech or what's the other team I was thinking about? Texas Tech and Utah.
TCU.
Utah. I've seen a lot of people talking about Utah lately. Big 12 suffers from being too deep. Also, they do. They'll cannibalize themselves, of course, and that's why they'll only get one team. That's why they will only get one team in every year because of the cannibalization. That's a great point, Brian. Of the Big 12, they only get one team in.
Yeah, yeah. I actually like the Utah and
Yeah,
Texas
so
Tech picks.
Moon and Bud Elliott went with Utah. So I'm seeing
Uh,
Utah become more popular because a lot of people believe in what Devin Dampier was. We didn't get an opportunity to interview him at Big 12 Media Days, but I did get a chance to speak with him for like 2 quick seconds. His energy is infectious. Just off of a 2 second conversation, he's ready to ball out this year. I can tell you that. So let's get into some of these game picks this week. We'll start off slow, then we start heating up. UNLV versus Idaho State. The game is in Allegiant Stadium. I think last time I checked the
UNLV.
lines, yeah, UNLV was I think a 25-point favorite. Will they cover the spread and will they win?
Yeah, you said 25-point favorite.
Yeah, 25-point favorite. That's a lot, bro. That's a
I'm gonna
lot.
say they'll win,
Mhm.
and I think they cover. No,
You think
no,
they?
no. Hold on. I don't think they cover.
You don't think they cover? Alrighty,
Nah.
I'm with you. I think UNLV will win. I'm not sure if they'll cover. If they would have picked one quarterback, I'd be sure. Two quarterback thing scares me a little bit. And Idaho State, I think, will be right there. I think initially I said they will cover. I agree with you. They won't cover. All right, let's move on. Stanford versus Hawaii. The game is in Hawaii, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who you got in that game?
Stanford.
Me too. I'm surprised you said that
Stanford.
because I was the only one that
Yeah.
said Stanford on Overreaction Monday. I actually like Stanford this year. Not saying that they're going to win a bunch of games, but I like them from the perspective that I believe that Frank Wright being there, in my opinion, is
Mhm.
like, you know how like when you with somebody that has a bunch of like have-nots, like all of us are like people that nobody else wanted. And as a coach, he can identify, hey, nobody wanted me either. Carolina wouldn't even keep me for one entire whole season. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think when you have that and you have Andrew Luck, somebody who bleeds Stanford, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna figure it out. I'm not sure how long Frank Wright will be there because from what I've heard, it might be just one of those things where he's just there until they find their permanent solution. But they do got some pieces I like. Like think about Ben Galbranson. We haven't heard from him in almost 3 years when they upset Oregon. You remember that game with Oregon State? Oregon had the lead and like Oregon State just ran all over them and came back to win the game.
Oh
This was
yeah,
like in
yeah, yeah,
2022.
yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Actually, I think that was in
I remember
2023.
that
So
game.
Ben Galbraith, I haven't heard from him since then. But he's their starting quarterback. They got Michael Ford and Cole Tab at running back. CJ Williams, they got him at wide receiver. He had a couple of touchdowns last year, and he's by the way of Wisconsin and USC. So I think they got a bunch of have-nots. And I think that's why I like them to win the game, to be honest with you. They just got a bunch of players nobody wanted. And their coach is the same way, you know? So let's talk about this next game that is on our slate. We got let's see which game we want to go to next. Sam Houston at Western Kentucky. Who you got winning that game?
I got Western Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I got Western Kentucky.
Yeah. I didn't. Hawaii is favored over Stanford. Is crazy. You got Western Kentucky. I wanted to go Western Kentucky so bad, but I'm a huge Phil Longo fan. And I thought he made a bad decision in going to Wisconsin. If there's places I can never see the air raid in. Wisconsin is one of those places. Madison, the air raid should never
Yeah.
be there. I feel like he went there because he believed in his ability, because he's one of the best teachers of the offense, especially like being able to develop quarterbacks in that offense. I think he turned Sam Houston around. Casey Keeler did an outstanding job at Sam Houston. He's at Temple now. Give me Sam Houston to win that game. Alrighty. Up next, we'll go with Fresno State at Kansas. Who you like? This game is in Lawrence. They're reopening the David Booth Memorial Stadium. David Booth just pledged 300 million, my apologies, to Kansas. Resources are becoming plentiful in Lawrence. Who do you like to win this game? I believe that Kansas is a 12 and a half game point favorite. Stanford made a bold move, making Luck GM for football. Same with Cal and Von Rear, going to be a thing of the future for all college teams. That's a great take, brother. And Brian, you know ball, my
I roll
friend.
with Kansas in this one.
You go with Kansas? Alrighty. So I struggle with this
Yeah.
game. There's no way in AG double hockey sticks that Kansas covers this spread. 12 and a half, no. They don't cover this spread. I wanted to go Fresno State so badly because they do got the Warner kid, EJ Warner at quarterback. They got him by the way at Temple. And then they have a bunch of
Is that Kurt Warner's son?
yeah, that's Kurt Warner's son. And they have a
No.
bunch of
Okay,
people.
okay.
No, it is. They have a bunch of people that are like, in my opinion, what I would say are just like have-nots, bro. Just like people like nobody wanted, bro. Like, and when I say nobody, I mean like, you know what I'm saying? When you got coaches from the FCS levels, you know, whether it's offensive coordinator, head coach, you know, defensive coordinator, these are all FCS guys. And they hate, you know, all FBS things, all FBS. So I want to say Fresno State win this game. I think Kansas find a ways to win. But if I read the headlines, because we will be at a game this weekend, and it says Kansas lost, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And then I think the Heat for Lance Leopold to heat up, even though I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they love being where they at. They're okay with mediocrity. But when you start getting $300 million pledges, now you guys need to start spending money the way they are spending money in Lubbock. So, yeah, they did. They did. Fresno is in very good hands. You're right. They dominated FCS for over a decade. You're absolutely right. So yeah, Matt Ensign them. They're crazy, bro. They're 100% crazy. So I like that. So now let's talk about the big enchilada. And let's I know you got to get back soon, so we won't take too much time with this. But we do have a game at Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland, as the Kansas State Wildcats take on the Iowa State Cyclones. I think I know who you're going with this game, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm interested to hear how you feel about the game. What some of the matchups you like?
It might shock you. I'm actually go Kansas State.
Okay, yeah, that is a surprise.
Yeah, I feel like in week 0 they would have the upper hand. I feel like their offense is better.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like their offense is more explosive, and I feel like that will come in handy in this week.
Okay.
I feel like if it was more tape out there, Iowa State could put up a better or could not could, but Iowa State would have a better chance to win, in my opinion. But I believe with it being week 0, no tape being out there, I got to roll Kansas State.
So there's a couple thoughts I have. One, I do think Iowa State will win this game. Iowa State was my earliest prediction to win a Big 12 before I started studying Baylor and ended up in a Baylor rabbit hole that I couldn't get out. So we walking in Waco this season. This game is going to be fantastic. To get this game week 1, I think the game that we got in Florida State was with Florida State and Georgia Tech last Ireland game a season ago during week 0 was spectacular, but it was spectacular because it was close, and it was spectacular because we didn't expect it, right? But it was still like a back and forth game, not a lot of points put up per se. I think this game we do get offensive fireworks. Whatever team handles being there as the most business minded will win this game, because you're going to get distracted, because you're going to learn about all the little things that they do in Ireland, all the little games and stuff that they play. You're going to get a warm welcome out there, and you'll be treated like tourists out there. But don't forget that you have a goal while you're out there, and the goal is to 100% win the game. Give me Iowa State to win this game. But who I think need this game more is Kansas State. And I think the scary part about this is when we're around week 13 and we're heading into rivalry week, and we're like, hey, why does this team trail this team? We're going to forget about the week 0 game, right? So this game means a lot. You know what I'm saying? As far as Big 12 positioning, automatically, you win this game, you're already in first place in the conference. You know what I'm saying? Because you already 1-0 in the conference. This is gonna be fireworks. Two really good teams. Both teams have aspirations of winning the conference and going to the college football playoff. This is what it's all about. This is 100% what it's all about. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching this one too, because I think this game is before I have to head to the stadium, so that's going to be dope. this game has Big 12, championship game implications in this week 0, right? Because a lot of us remember Iowa State from their last game. Well, not their bowl game, but the game where Arizona State beat the crap out of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of our last memory of Iowa State. So I want to see them come out. I want to see both teams come out and perform well. Anything else you want to add, Jalen, before we get up out of here?
I don't think so. Well, at least not about the games and everything.
Okay. What you working on? What you got uploaded? I know you about to upload something tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, probably right after we get off of this.
Okay.
What college football looked like 10 years ago?
Okay. I'm excited for that video. So the moment it go live and I get that noti, I'll probably put that on a big TV and watch it. So I'm excited about that. For you all who don't know, we're going live every day on TikTok until the end of the college football season. Every day. That's Monday through Sunday. Me and Moon are going live. I don't even know at what time, but we're going live today over there. So follow us on TikTok at the CFB Nation. Also follow us on Instagram. One of the reasons why we went with the vertical show for this is so we can start going live on Instagram. And we have a nice following over there. So follow us on Instagram at CFB Nation HQ. So it's been a great show. Jalen, let me know when you're ready to up it to 2 times a week, or if we do get to that point, I'm cool with 1 time a week as well. I think 2 times a week gives us a little bit of to be able to react to what we seen this weekend and then prepare on the Thursday episode for what we're about to see the upcoming weekend. So it's been a great show, man. Y'all take care, Brian. I appreciate you as always, man. You're always here, always keeping us entertained, man. And we truly do appreciate that. As I always like to say, there are no more victories in a sport that survive in advance. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. Until next time, you all take care and thank you. We're going to get up out of here.